Hey, how you doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to Share Beer. This is Friday Share Beer for the first day of December 2017. December 1st, 2017, for those who don't know, or the first day of December. Did I do that right for the people overseas across the pond? Because they do like what day, month, year, or something like that. I don't know. The first day of the 12th month of 2017. Anyway, this is the Friday Share Beer Show, man, and we typically do this show um, this time every Friday at 12 noon Eastern. I am in Phoenix, Arizona, so it's 10 a.m. our time here in Phoenix. Um, I just got a new glass, and so I want to christen my new glass with a local beer, I guess. A slightly aged local beer. This one's it's got a few months on it. It's the Lime Leaf from Santan Brewing. Their Lime Leaf Summer Ale. So that gives you some indication of. But I just kind of wanted to start out. I've got a pale ale next, and so this is a 4.9% beer. We'll look it up here in a second because some of you might not be familiar with. Oh, see, it's 5 p.m. Perfect, man. And Kent looks. You know what? I've been looking at Kent's videos. That's Kent Beer Reviews in the chat room right now. You look him up, man. He does some cool videos. But I have been dying for one of these glasses. You guys seeing these glasses? There's not real. I love that they're just so plain. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of come out just a little bit. Everything's real subtle about this glass. But I love this pint glass. It's a 20 ouncer too, so it'll hold a full beer, like a full your nitro beers. You know what I'm saying? It'll hold your full, can of Guinness. You know. Still light and crisp. A little bit of lime left still in there. It's pretty good, man. Holding up pretty good. As you can see, the head's still sticking around. This is one of those kind of nice summertime session beers as the temperatures are falling in most parts of the globe, I think, or at least in our hemisphere, right? Or is that hemisphere, or what's the top of the globe above the equator? Is that the north? What do you call that? I forget. Because you have the eastern hemisphere, the west, eastern. I went eastern, right? Eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere, right? It's not north and south, is it? Hemispheres? Nah. It's got a different name, doesn't it? Come on. Anyway, north of the equator, right? I think we pretty much have all the same weather right now, right? I think it's kind of cooling off. Is that how it works? I don't know how it works. Maybe Mark can help me out. I don't know. I'm stuck here, man.
What works?
The weather. I was talking about, like, I think in most parts of the globe, the weather's cooling off. And I think is that just for the northern part of the globe?
Yeah, northern hemisphere is coming into winter.
Is it a hemisphere?
Zach,
I didn't know if
our buddy Zach in Australia is going into the going into the hot part of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty soon it's gonna be like a million bazillion degrees down there, and he's still gonna be paying a lot of money for beer.
So brace yourself. Brace yourself. Okay. Because this is what I was talking about. Okay. Brace yourself, because I know this is the hands above the table moment here. Because look at this glass, baby. Look how sexy that bad boy is. Yeah.
Oh.
Now, and I've got a summertime beer in here.
Oh.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, Kent says northern and southern. Yeah. And then Earth says that's what happens when you don't use the info anymore. School taught us. Yeah, I haven't used it since school. That's the problem. And the farther away you get from that, which is of course like a couple of years ago, because I'm still 22. You know.
That's right.
Oh my God! I just like spilled beer all over myself.
Oh man!
Oh my God!
That tall glass.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. The glass is so sexy; it got me all shook up. I have been dying for one of these glasses, Mark, and I finally got my hands on them. They're 20 ounces.
Oh.
They're great. They've got a nice little thick base on them.
Uh-huh.
Not too thick, so it's over. It doesn't overpower your liquid in the glass.
So did you get this from Amazon?
Oh, come on. Do you have to ask? Amazon. Okay, I'll give you an example right now. Before we started the show, I got home and I immediately went to the throne. You know how that is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And while on said throne, what do we don? We don our phones, right?
Of course.
What we do. That is, I don't give a rip what hemisphere you're in. When you're on the throne, you don your phone, right? That is how that rolls.
Your title.
Yeah. That is a show title, isn't it? So it's a great example because we've talked about how Amazon always is the cheapest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think of Amazon as being cheap, and I'm not that person. I think of Amazon as a delivery company. I think of them as convenience. So there was an ad in the gram for some damn thing, right? Whatever, blah 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 thing they're advertising. I was like, oh, that got my attention. No charge. Let me see. Immediately they were advertising a half off sale, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Can't beat it. Half off. I'm like, I don't give a rip. I went to Amazon. Let me see if Amazon has it, and I'll tell you why, Mark. For one, Amazon's more than likely going to have it because who in the house else is going to have it? Alibaba might have it, but they're in another country that don't, So Amazon, I looked it up on Amazon immediately. Of course, they had 500 million of them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They have them Prime. I can get it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. More expensive. I don't give a rip. You know why? Because I trust Amazon, right? And they'll deliver it reliably. I know I'll get it. This other company, I don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're offering 50% off. The price is $20 cheaper. I'll order from Amazon still because I know it's going to get here, and I know who Amazon is, and I trust them. You know what I'm saying? And that's that's a prime example of hey CJ, what's up? Mind your grammar, boy. And that's a prime example of how I think of Amazon. Sometimes it works out, and they are the cheapest. If they're in the ball, you know what's funny is nowadays, and we know Walmart is in competition with Amazon. Walmart's also in competition with itself. Walmart.com is what Walmart considers another retailer.
Yep.
So Walmart, so the price you get on Walmart.com is not as cheap a lot of times as Walmart. So, and Walmart considers, they consider Walmart.com.
So if you get something, if you see it on Walmart.com and it's different price in the store, I'm sure they'll match their online price.
Not always, man. That's happened.
I haven't tried it. Yeah,
that's happened to me. Yeah, I've actually been in Walmart and had the manager of the electronics department with me, and he was like, we were looking. He was in the electronics department. I was looking for a particular tool set at the time, and so he was like, "Yeah, I'll help you with the tools, man. I know that stuff too." So he was over there and he unlocked the thing for me because it was in the thing in the security deal there. So he unlocked the particular tool set I was looking at, and he's like, "You know what? I think this is cheaper online. You might need to order it online." And I'm like, "What? So you can't just give me that?" He goes, "No, man, you got to order it online, because you can ship it to the store."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or he's like, "No, this is how ridiculous it got." Okay, this is how ridiculous. Yeah, they actually had it online. I had to order it. I would have had to order it online and pick it up at the store.
You would just yeah,
literally.
So did you open up your phone, order it online, say, okay, now I'm ready for my pickup?
This is how ridiculous it is. He's showing me on his phone. He was showing me on his phone. He's like, yeah, look, yeah, it is. It's cheaper online. So if you buy it, it was cheaper than the price they had there. He couldn't match it, but I could buy it online and pick it up an hour later in the store. I'm like, how much sense does that make? But in any case, but yeah, getting back to the main point was, yeah, I have been, and it's funny too because I've been searching for these glasses since just before we went to Denver on Amazon. Couldn't find them because I didn't know what the style name was and all this stuff.
So what's the official name of them? What's the official style name? What kind of?
That's a good question. You know what happened is, you know how Amazon pops up all these random things that think you might like, and it popped up those glasses, and so I saw them and I was, oh, and so I ordered them immediately. Let me see. That's a good question. Let me see. I'll tell you right now. Of course, I'm gonna look it up on Amazon. But let me see here. Where's my? And then sometimes they kind of. I'm always, you know, I wish they would just leave. And see, this is where their website is different from their app on the phone.
Yep, there are some differences.
But the app on the phone, of course, always has my order. Well, of course, so does the main page. I just get sometimes I get them mixed up. Craft beer. They just call them pub glass.
Pub glasses, okay. But they're 20-ounce glasses, so you can get a full pint, a proper pint.
A proper pint,
like exactly. Pint in there and have room for the head. Okay.
Yeah, for the head. Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna right up to where this part kind of curves and then starts slightly bending back in. I would imagine that's going to be your head point.
Yep. Yeah, that's probably about right. Right where the glass bends back in a little bit. Yeah. So that tells you where you're pouring it, where you want it to, where the liquid should top out at, pretty much.
Yeah.
I bet that's right at like 16 ounces or 16.9.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I also ordered some of those ice cube trays. I'm gonna try to make a video later. Silicone ice cube trays. It came in a set. One was a square ice cube tray, so it makes these perfectly square ice cubes, which took forever to freeze. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, I saw your Instagram post of those.
Yeah, and then I ordered another one that it makes a perfect sphere, like a little ball, if you will. And so I've used a couple of the square ones already, and they kind of melt. I thought they would take a lot longer to melt, but they I don't know. It's still ice. What are you gonna do? But it is cool though. What I like about it is other people showed ideas of like putting a lemon wedge in there and then freezing it in there. So it looks pretty cool. It does look cool in your glass though when you're having I've had a fruit juice with them so far. But I haven't had the sphere one, so I'm kind of that's my latest little toy. You know.
No, that would be good to put in like your vodka or
that's
bourbon, whiskey, that type. You put one or two of those in, put a couple shots of your favorite liquor in there, and you're good to go.
That's exactly why I bought them. I bought them for whiskey, and I've got your classic 10-ounce double shot of whiskey glass,
like Manhattan glass or whatever those things are. Yeah,
and so one of those ice cubes, because they are a good size, and and then so this weekend it's on because I'm dying. I've been waiting for the weekend for that. I don't really have I don't have time to have anything. This is my first beer all week.
What is it?
Oh, this is the Santan Lime Leaf. It's their summer ale.
Okay. I just poured this one.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, same.
Yeah, daytime ale. Perfect for daytime.
Yeah, it's exactly. And this is the same thing. It's a 4.9%.
Yep.
Just a good summertime session beer. And that's what got me started on the weather.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Talk. But I love that glass. I love that. It's my first time drinking out of that glass, and you know how I love beer glasses, and I love that one. This is, There was a lot of bad reviews on them too that said that they were poor quality, but this is average quality for a glass.
The glass looks thick enough. I mean, it's not going to break. I mean, it'll still break if you drop it on the floor. But
right. Yeah, but it's
not like it's going to break by picking it up.
Yeah, I don't know specifically if they're dishwasher safe, That matters for some people. It doesn't for me. I wash all my glasses by hand anyway. But
Yep.
I love the base. I love the weight of the base.
Yeah, it's got a nice solid.
And it drinks, like a standard pub glass. It's pretty, pretty good. I've got other glasses that, well, like that one, that Woods Boss glass I bought.
Okay.
That glass puts the beer on the perfect part of your palate. I love that style. So that one's good. So what have you been up to, Mark? What's
Oh man, I've just been working. I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna miss the Tuesday share, but I'm gonna be out of town. Okay. I might check in real quick. I'll probably be going to dinner when it starts, but I'm gonna be out of town for a couple of days. But that means I got to catch up this week, so I don't fall behind next week. So I've just been working with Thanksgiving too. I mean, I took off most work, most of last week because my parents were in town. So good Thanksgiving, and man, this week's just kind of crazy. I mean, so it's been busy.
Well, crazy's good. I mean, when you're in business for yourself, you want to be busy. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it's better than the alternative.
Yeah, so. when you're in business for yourself, you would rather be busy than not. Those are good problems to have.
Yeah, the biggest thing. I mean, I've worked for myself for before, although for the previous 8 or 10 years I was with another company. But what's interesting, it's just reality. When you're the boss and it's your company, you've got to do it or it doesn't get done. I mean, you can't really delegate. I tried delegating some stuff to Pam, and she's like, "Nah, not really."
Yeah. That's your thing, man. Yeah. I already worked my job. I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I enjoy that, and I've got a lot of time freedom because of it. But I find myself like last night. I worked from like 10 to midnight. I just had some stuff I needed to do, so I had a beer, watched some TV, and then came up and worked for a couple hours. And I'll probably do the same thing tonight. So it just I can work whenever, but I end up working almost all the time too. There's always something.
Yeah, it's but that's a good thing, It's like you say, we rather, when you're in business for yourself, you'd rather be busy than not,
Yeah.
Even if you're not, like, myself, you're employed by someone else, you have an employer. I would rather be a little stressed because you've got more work than hands to work it. Mandatory overtimes type situations, all that sort of thing. I would rather be with that than having to lay people off,
Oh yeah. It's good from the job security standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there's always stuff to do, then things are generally going good.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But with this time, with the holidays coming, I mean, we're still 4 weeks out? No, 3 weeks out from Christmas, I guess. Christmas is 3 weeks from Monday. So still plenty of time for all that stuff. But yeah, things are starting to gear up, with holiday parties and, trying to get a hold of people and do business is getting tougher and tougher because people are like, I'm taking off the last couple of weeks of the year, that type of thing. So it's all
that. Oh, I thought, Ozzy has a good one, Matt. He said, I thought Ice Cube was meant to be cool, not square.
Oh. Well, Huey Lewis would beg to differ. It's hip to be square, right?
Yeah.
Well, most ice cubes are square, but you've got one that's like a perfect cube. I mean, it's a perfect square. Right?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. It's I think it's 1 3/4 inches by 1 3/4, 1 3/4.
Okay. All right.
And then I think the sphere is it might be a perfect 2-inch round ball. Supposed to be. We'll see how mine turn out. I don't know, man. I don't know how successful this is going to be. It's got a top and a bottom.
Okay.
The silicone is really, really good quality silicone. I was really surprised because I've got other silicone mold type things, and some of them are kind of sticky. and some are kind of thin, and you know what I'm saying. But this is actually really good thick silicone, and you're supposed to put the top on the bottom, and make sure there's 6 little spheres there. You're supposed to make sure you like seal it, and then there's a hole at the top of the the top part, and you're supposed to fill it through there. So I had to find the smallest little funnel you could ever find to fill these things, and I don't know, man. To me, it just seems like water's everywhere. So I don't know how successful this thing is. We'll see.
You haven't opened them up yet to see?
I still have not opened them up. No, okay. They've been in the freezer since Monday.
Okay, well, they should be frozen by now. So
yeah. I hope they're frozen by now. Yeah, I was actually shocked. The square ones are the ones that I tested out. And I froze them 4 hours, because most ice cubes for me are frozen pretty darn solid in 4 hours, and so I got them out, and I'm like, wow, these are still pretty liquid, I waited a couple more hours. Wow, they're still liquid in these things. You know what I'm saying? And then I went in about 9 hours later, and in the very middle, you could still see a little air bubble floating around in there, and I was like,
so were they silicone holders too for the square?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe the silicone, well, it's an insulator. I mean, it's insulating it, and if it's that big.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
If it's that big too, it's got more water volume. So yeah, it probably does.
Anyway, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to take up a whole conversation about ice cubes and hey, what did you have on the show this week, Mark? What was the show you just posted?
Actually, you had the perfect segue.
Yep.
The podcast this week that came out 2 days ago is Amazon good or evil for your money? As I talked about, Amazon and how it's everywhere, and the convenience and the pricing and all of that, and how long I've been using Amazon, which has been almost 20 years. That's amazing.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and then you mentioned how much you've spent.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I was able to go back through my budget since 1998 and add up everything I've spent on Amazon, which was almost 17 grand in 19 years.
So you signed up in 1998.
September 1998 was the first time I got something from Amazon.
I've been a customer on Amazon. Let's see here. Let me see if I can go back to the home page here. Where
you can go back to your orders and look all the way through.
Yeah, it sometimes on the home page it tells me.
Yeah, it will. When you log in, it'll say you've been.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, 2002.
Yeah. So since 1998. And I mean, I use them for everything. I mean, and I always will check if I'm looking for something. I always check and see if it's on Amazon, and I will almost always buy it from Amazon if the price is in the ballpark, especially when you consider the delivery. Because, like you said, the delivery, and it's going to get there. And if there's an issue, especially if you've been a long-term customer, I mean, they have no problem. I've never had a problem with anything I've returned. I don't return that much, but when I do return it, there's never been an issue. Yeah. Delivery's good. So yeah, I kind of talked about that, and the fact that, I mean, everybody talking about how big Amazon is, and basically if you pay attention to what you do, I mean, Amazon is good. If you don't pay attention to what you do and don't plan for your spending, then Amazon's evil. So.
It's I saw something recently. I know people are, and I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? And I still order from Costco. I still order from Costco online. I don't pay for their membership anymore, but they still give me the same benefit online for some reason. But in any case, I don't know if it's a Costco hack or what. But in any case, there was a study that came out, and I wish I could remember the name of the study, but somebody researched it and it found that people that shopped at Costco are typically, what was it? They eat more and exercise less. And something else. There was 3 things. It was they eat more and exercise less. And the reason why is because they go to Costco. Oh, they ate poor like bad foods. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
Because you go to Costco, right? And
Yep.
they've got, well, it's no big hidden secret. Even if you don't have a Costco in your area, you know what it's all about. You
Yep.
buy these huge quantities of whatever. Okay, so if you need mayo, I mean, they do have smaller individual things of mayo, maybe, but you're gonna buy 5 of them, let's say. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
probably 3 of them, realistically. I'm exaggerating, but you probably are going to get 3 of them. So whatever standard size you're used to getting at the store, they're going to sell you 3 of those things, right?
Yep.
So, or if you like macaroni and cheese, good. You're going to buy 8 of them, right?
Yep.
Like it's, that sort of thing. And so what a lot of people do is they go down there and they're like, ooh, look at this popcorn. Where in the store, you would have bought I don't know, what's the serving of popcorn for a standard bag of popcorn or chips?
Yeah.
Whatever the standard size is. Let's call it, I don't know, 20 ounces. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah.
But let's call it 20 ounces. It's going to be a 3-pound bag at Costco, right?
Yeah.
And the problem is if you've got a 16-ounce bag in front of you, you're going to eat the 16-ounce bag.
Yeah.
If you've got a 3-pound bag and you're binge watching Netflix, you're going to crush the 3-pound bag.
Yeah.
And you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to, you know what I'm saying? And you buy all these things at Costco, and that's what they're saying is that you're eating poorly because you're buying all these mass quantities of all of these bad foods. Like, well, we've talked a bunch on this show about McRibs. And I think they sell a McRib type of sandwich in the frozen department, don't they?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just before this show. I just got back from Costco, so but all I got at Costco was stuff to make cat food. So I got I got one of the big ass bags of chicken thighs. Like 12 pounds of chicken thighs, and we cook that and we make the cat food out of that. But you go through the frozen aisle there. Oh, they've got like cheese sticks. Like you get the grocery store for 12 ounces. Well, at Costco, it's like 8 12-ounce boxes. You know? So yeah, and all the good stuff. I mean, and it comes in big boxes, which is fine if you've got a large family. Yeah. But if you don't, you just put those big boxes in your freezer, and you're like, well, there's one. Oh, I still got 3 more up there. I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the oven, honey. We're gonna have some more cheese sticks. Cheese sticks for the next week.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's, so that's what they were saying happens. And newsflash, like Costco isn't automatically the cheapest price on anything anymore either. So
no,
you really have to watch it.
Competitive across the board.
Yep.
And, but I always, if there's something specific I'm looking for, I mean, I'll look on Google Shopping. I'll do a search on Google Shopping. So I'll see what's there. I'll go to Costco and see there. I'll check Amazon, and a lot of times Amazon's right in line. They may not be the absolute cheapest, but they're within a few percent usually. And when you combine it with the delivery and the fact that you don't have to go anywhere to get it, it's definitely convenient.
For me, sometimes avoiding the store is the big deal because for me, like, let's say something at the store is going to be, I don't know, maybe even $5 cheaper than buying it on Amazon, let's say. A lot of times I'll still order it on Amazon or just online in general. It might be from Walmart or whatever XYZ website. A lot of times I'll still order it online because that's all I'm going to buy. Like when you shop online, typically it's easy to get carried away online too, but
yep, it is.
Typically you'll stick to your list versus Costco is one of them places, and Sam's Club's no different, and other warehouse clubs are no different. We have Smart and Final here as well. That's a California chain as well. So it's, there's those type of stores, and it's typical for you to go in there and just have, especially Costco. People have that attitude. I only meant to get this and that. Right?
Yep.
And they suck you in with their toilet paper because their toilet paper is supposed to be, that big draw, right? People, oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, I need toilet paper and I need this. And so I'm going to go to, like you said, the frozen chicken. Everyone knows about the Costco's frozen chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they do have the best deal on the frozen chicken. It's hard to beat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They have great frozen chicken. Absolutely. Was it typically Tyson these days, or
yeah, yep.
Or is it their own Kirkland brand?
No, the Kirkland. Yeah, they have the Kirkland.
They have the Kirkland, right?
Big bags, but yeah, it's like a 4-pound bag of frozen chicken.
Yeah, and it's hard to beat that price. It is. It's honestly, it is. Yeah. And so they have these few items, and they're going to keep those items almost at a loss just to get you. And those items are always in the back, and they get you to pass all this other junk. You know what I'm saying? And it's typical for you to go in there only intending to spend $100 and walk out with $300.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's very easy to do.
And people like almost brag about how much they lost control in a Costco.
Mm-hmm.
And
hey, I bought more than I wanted, but I saved money. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You went in expecting to buy one thing, but you bought more than you were expecting, but yet you still saved money?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saved money by staying the hell out of there. Now we all have something that we lose control on, and that's that's okay. And for me it's beer. I go to Total Wine, and I swear to God, I try and I try and I try. Now sometimes I can't. Sometimes I'm like, okay, dude, you only got $50. You know what I'm saying? You're only gonna spend. It's for some people. For me, going in a Total Wine is like other people going to the casino when they're like, you know what, dude? Swear to God, you're only gonna spend $100. You know what I'm saying? And their whole paycheck later, they're like, damn it. Now I don't quite dump a paycheck at Total Wine on beer, but damn, I can spend a lot more than I ever wanted to. That's for sure. Speaking of beer, I'm going to crack open my second one here. I got one a lot of people have had here, Kona Brewing Fire Rock Pale Ale.
Okay, yep.
So pretty standard pale.
That's a good one. Yeah.
This is one of the beers I think that was part of a little lawsuit there. Didn't we talk about that here?
Oh yeah, because the guy was saying, well, it says it's brewed in Hawaii, but it really isn't.
It really isn't. Give me a break.
Just jealous that he can't really go to Hawaii.
I mean, I don't really give a rip where this beer's made, right? Like, it says Kona Brewing. I don't know. That is hilarious to me. I don't really expect.
Yeah.
I look at the labeling and okay, it's like some kind of lava going into a, I don't know. I don't give a rip. Is the beer good?
Yeah, I mean that's bottom line.
That's the bottom line. And it does on the label here. It lists all the places where they brew. Kona Brewing Company, Kona, Hawaii, Portland, Oregon, Woodinville, Washington, Portsmouth, right? Yeah, New Hampshire and Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
5.8%.
Okay.
Using my Newcastle Brown Ale.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. See if we get some Neary smoke. Whoa, I got floaties in here, man.
Oh, cool. It must be some of the rock. It says Fire Rock, so maybe there's some rock.
That's obviously either Fire Rock or some of the lava. I don't think you can see that in there. I'd have to get a light going on that. But let's see if the lava is gonna pop out of this bottle. Oh, it's just kind of floating there.
Yeah, there you go.
It's stuck around for a little bit. Let's see. Oh. Now this is a regular 12-ounce, your standard 12-ounce bottle. I kind of poured it super aggressively, but I'll pour the rest of it here in a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't.
No. But was there a little floaties in there?
There's a ton, and they're all in that glass though. And I'm sure you can see that in the middle of that glass. All that is floaties, man. That is.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't remember ever seeing floaties in a Kona. So I'm trying to look at April.
Oh, okay. It's 8 months old. Yeah.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it. But It's all beer, so it's all good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Still smells decent. Mm. Let me see. Oh, we have Backwoods Billy, man.
Hey.
I love beer. Young's double chocolate stout, and maybe that's what he's having right now. Cool, awesome. Glad you could join in.
Yeah.
And what are you having for a second beer, bro?
I am just about ready to open up Trader Joe's beer, Joseph's Brow, their winter brew. It's a double bock lager, so it's a double bock. So it's a lager, and it's 7.5%.
And you call that Joseph's Brew?
Joseph Brow, so JOSEPHSBRAU.
Okay.
Yeah. It's winter brew, and I've had this before. I think, when was the last time? Probably last year. I know last time I checked into it was November of 2015, so about the November 21st, 2015. But I gave it 3 stars last time, and it gets 3.5. 3.75 actually for friends. So let's see if anybody is Steve, Island Dog.
Oh, this is weird. It's showing 1 check-in for me. I literally never go to Trader Joe's.
So I wonder, huh?
This has got me super curious because I'm
when did you check in? Was it when you were in Albuquerque?
Maybe. Let me see. Yeah, when did I have this beer? I am like, this is blowing my mind right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa, I had that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, I thought that was the first time I had ever heard of it. Yeah, how come it's not getting...
Yeah, this one is good. I don't have to go anywhere else today, so I'm good. I've got some spreadsheets to work on this afternoon, so this will help in the numbers end of things.
This is yeah, this will help in the...
I'll have to recheck my spreadsheet tomorrow, but today,
today it's all good. Yeah.
Look at that. That is a nice looking beer.
That is.
It is very nice looking. You know, and this was $6.99 for the 6-pack. So, you know, $6.99 for a 6-pack of crafty. I mean, I don't know who brews it for them, but it's 7.5%. It's a winter, kind of a seasonal ale. $6.99, and I stopped by the grocery store, my local Publix, and they had the Budweiser Prohibition Ale, Repeal Ale. They were selling that for $8.50 for a 6-pack. So I think this at $7 a 6-pack beats Prohibition Ale from Budweiser at $8.50 a 6-pack.
Oh man, I don't think I took it doesn't look like I took a picture, but it looks like I had it on 2014.
2014. So
yeah,
that was right. Was that right when you've been in Phoenix, what, almost 3 years?
Yeah, it was literally right after I got here. This is weird. I'm blown. Yeah, and I had it damn near right about this time in the morning. It was the 16th of August, 2014. This is wow.
Huh.
I do not remember that, man.
Huh.
This is kind of blowing my mind here.
You got there in the summer, didn't you? You got there in like July.
I got here in July, yeah. So I would have still have had this when I was in that first lousy hotel. Yeah, I guess anything could have happened there. I really, you know what?
Yeah, Trader Joe's close by. I don't know.
They're you know what?
Probably just starting to figure out.
Yeah, you know, I might have got talked into going to a Trader. There was so much happening at that time.
Yeah.
There was 2 of us that came down there, if you remember. He was a big Trader Joe's guy, and so I might have got talked into going with him.
Okay. Yeah. So your buddy that moved down with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably.
He was a big Trader Joe's.
Was he familiar with the area too?
No, but he had to go to Trader Joe's, and I think.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys probably went.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at that point we had been here. Let's see, probably. Well, right, going on a month, because I had got here on July 20th.
Okay.
19th.
Yeah, that's probably how you.
So yeah, that was a few days short of a month right here when I checked in on this one. So, well, no, let me see. I would have just been in the other hotel that I was at that I actually that I lived in for damn near 2 years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Let me see. Find Trader Joe's.
That is a trip.
Yeah.
Wow, I would have never guessed that. I gave it 3 stars, 3 bottle caps. So
yeah, I gave it 3.5. And it's a solid for what it is. I mean, it's good. It's got some nice. It's got malty. You know, a Doppelbock isn't really hoppy, but it's got a little bit of bite to it. Not much. Nice and malty, roasty. Yeah, it's very good. It's a very good winter seasonal beer.
Now on yours, is it showing Monrovia, California, or San Jose?
San Jose, I think. Joseph Brow Brewing Company, San Jose, California.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Best before April 3rd, 2018. So that means it was probably brewed. Usually it's 6 months out, so it's probably brewed in October. Yeah.
Now is Trader Joe's is Trader Joe's, and I'm gonna look it up. Let me see. Let me answer my own question right this second. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know.
$9.95. 5 more to go, Joe. Seconds on Untappd.
Wow.
So I'm going to try to end that up. What would be a good time to do that? So Christmas is on a Monday this year, right? So we're going to do the Christmas share beer on Tuesday, the 26th.
Yeah, thanks for that, because yes, I have
because I'm gonna like I said, I probably won't be able to join in on next Tuesday, but after that I'm good through the holidays and the new year.
So I'll show everybody my channel. I do have the shows in here
cool.
through the beginning of the year. So you can go on the channel and set reminders for yourself to however you have your thing set up to get alerts, so you can get alerts for whatever show might fit your schedule. So I guess I should go through some of these featured channels and weed some of these out, huh? Some of these cats are no longer around. Well, Greg's still going. Oh, there's Lance. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Bitter Poet Madman, is he still around?
Yeah, he still does some stuff.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, every once in a while.
And she didn't really do beers, but I don't know what. She connected with me somehow on YouTube.
He's still posting stuff, I think.
Is he really?
He's been in Japan for a couple of years. He moved to Japan a couple of years ago.
Yeah, there he is. Went in White Music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been living in, is it Yokohama or somewhere in Japan?
I have to admit, I have not checked on him since those days.
Well, yeah. I've talked to him. I communicated to him, a couple of times over the last few years. But
so could this be him, Winton, the beer tuber?
Yep. Oh yeah, Winton. Yeah.
So this is his beer channel here. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't done a beer review in a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. So we're seven. This guy was way ahead of his time as far as I'm concerned. He was doing what your typical YouTuber does now. He was doing that way back, man. I mean, God, we're coming up on 10 years with this stuff. And he was doing that then, man. I mean, he walking down the street, going into a liquor store, showing you stuff when it was just you were thought of as mad. Like, you were thought of as like, what the hell is this? I mean,
he was doing that when he was living in when he was in San Francisco. He was checking out all the local beer stores. And when we went out to California. Was it 2010? And we met up with him for an afternoon and evening, and It was fun. It was a lot of fun. He's a cool guy, very talented. I mean, he writes music, orchestras. I mean, classical music. He's trained in the.
There's almost an instrument he can't play, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those guys that music is a language, and he understands the language. So, I mean, he writes music, composes music.
Now, I don't know if you remember, Mark.
Cool guy.
There's my best friend. We've since I was a little boy, we've grown up together. I mean, real little boy. You know, my mom and his mom are best friends till she unfortunately passed. But in any case, as a matter of fact, I always kind of considered his mom my godmother, but not really. But in any case, he's in my friend John. He's gotten in here before. It's been a long time, but
okay, yeah, okay. It's been a few months, yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's been quite even. I bet you even longer than that.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he took a hiatus from the internet for a while, and he just recently came back to the internet. For Christ's sake, he took anyway. But he's like that, man. That dude, and he was just born with it. Like his dad played, and we both have a history in the church, and so that whole thing, and so he's just born into it.
Yeah.
And he knows all aspects of it, of the music too. And his specialty is Mexican music. He can, like it is so much fun to go anywhere with him and his family to like a Mexican restaurant where they have some really good mariachis. And man, those guys can rap off songs for them to play, man. And it is a great time. I'm telling you. Or they're perfect to go camping with. Oh my God, you just have such a great time.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. I mean, I know a few musicians, and there's musicians and then there's musicians. I mean, there's people that can play an instrument and do it well, but then there's people that music that's just hardwired into their brain. So they understand music and they can play anything because it's all basically, it's just variations on the same thing, but you got to understand the whole thing, and people that are, it's just amazing. Well, any creative pursuit, photography is the same thing. I mean, there's people that, just have a certain eye and understand all that stuff. It's built into them. And music, photography, writing, I mean, any of that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just amazing. So people that know music like that, man, I would love to be able to do that.
As a creative, it's just when you're around other creatives, man, the things just start flowing, right? And it is so cool. And John is amazing. Man, I mean, he can literally pick up literally doesn't even have to have anything. He could be right here on this table and just start pumping out a beat that would just get you like, man, you know what I'm saying? Or just start humming something and start snapping his fingers, grab a couple of spoons and start doing that. Like, he's just one of them cats. You know what I'm saying? He is just
exactly.
So, once you get him going, like it's like the photography. Like I don't like to get started in it because once I get going, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And man, they're the same way. I mean, his uncle was a pretty popular radio DJ in LA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just in his blood. You know what I'm saying?
That's just part of who they are. I mean, that's in there. That gets passed on from generation to generation. It's built in.
It's built in. It's baked in. It's
that's for anything. I mean, but there's people that it could be math, whatever it is. But I mean, but there's definitely, you can learn how to do stuff, but there's people that are just hardwired to do a certain thing, and if they discover that they're able to do it, then that's what takes them, like a rocket ship over and above anybody else.
My mom's on the show right now. Like, well, of course, that was also her good friend's son, but she has another really good friend's son who was born into engineering. I mean, the guy is, just one of those. You know what I'm saying? And
he just thinks that way. That's the way he's
tons of money, and he does all kinds of stuff for, I don't know, what is it, McDonnell Douglas or Bowen or something like that. But he's lived all over the world now at this point, and he makes a fantastic living, and eats, sleeps, and breathes that stuff because that's what his dad did too, and so it's just
and they're just
baked into him, like
it's like he comes into the world and he's like, okay, I'm in.
Give me a calculator.
A slide rule and a calculator. That's all I need.
Pen and paper, we're good. Yeah.
Look out, world.
I'm here to conquer stuff. Yes. Fix it. I will fix the world, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
And it's the same thing with brewing. I mean, there are people that are brewers that are the same way. I mean, they're just born that way. They understand. They are totally tied into everything that goes into brewing.
Yep.
And you could give them, mystery ingredients, 5 different things, and they can make a great beer out of it. They just know how to do it. And that's what's fun about beer. I mean, there's so many. The whole craft beer movement has really allowed all these people that have a true talent for it, to be able to get that talent out and have everybody else appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at our dear friend Zach. I mean, I remember that before he even opened the brewery and he brewed that beer for us and shipped it. It was the difference was immediate. You were like, okay, this one's different, and we're judging the rest. This one's just, you know what I mean? And it wasn't anything bad on the other. It was just like, this is like, professional quality beer. This ain't like homebrew stuff, I mean,
no, it's that next level. We're not saying that other ones aren't good. This is just it's in a different league, a little different.
It's in a different, right? Exactly. It's just like our other dear friend of the show, Pat. I mean, you and I shoot, and that's one thing, but our stuff is judged differently because Pat, dear God, you know what I'm saying? Like I would never put my stuff.
Oh, speaking of, I got my first issue of Via Corsa magazine. I subscribed.
Yes.
And he's got 3 articles in this issue.
Was he the cover of that one that you posted on the ground?
Yes. Yep. Because that was his art about Rough in Germany. Yeah. And I just started reading. I'm going to probably sit down this weekend and read through the magazine. But I read a little bit of the article, and he's a good writer too. I mean, looks like it's very well done. So I'm glad I subscribed.
That's the part of what he does that I couldn't do. I can write, but I don't know about professionally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he seems to have a good. Well, I think, he's so into cars anyway. He's a good photographer, so it all ties together. So if he has, but yeah, I mean, it looks like a good magazine. There's a good mix of articles in there about kind of the super high end and also kind of just the base collector kind of stuff. And obviously the photography is great. I mean, it's just page after page of eye candy. You're like, okay. Yeah.
Well, the auction's coming up again. We'll see if I get another invite.
That's coming up in just basically next month. Starts in January. I mean, that's like prime time.
Yeah.
I want to get out there for that. Even just to go to a couple auctions.
It was awesome. I mean, it was.
I mean,
you walk in
like 1 or 2 days, just wander the grounds, and look at all the cars. And
it's not like the other car show, the big one that's on TV and everything. Oh my God, how did I forget the name?
Barrett Jackson?
Yeah, Barrett Jackson. It's not like that. I mean, that place is a circus. There's other guys I know here that shot it and we're posting live on Instagram and last season, and forget about it, man. It's like nothing like RM. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I still have the brochure I got from the Sotheby's.
What is this year's or 2008? It's probably end of January, first part of February, I bet.
Well, last year it was January 19th and January 20th was the days that I went. Well, I went one day. But it's just a totally different deal. It's you know, you walk in, they're serving champagne. You know what I'm saying? You grab a glass of champagne, and it's just
That
the
would just be.
whole.
We've got a plan on doing that. Maybe not this year, but 2019. I want to coordinate and come out for a few days, and maybe not even just a photograph, just to go out and kind of take it all in, because that would just be so much fun.
Yeah, maybe
of course, if Pat wants to get an exclusive press pass to me, I'd be more than happy to do that. If I show up my large format camera, do you think that?
You know what? That would actually be kind of cool.
Yeah, you could do a few shots. Yeah,
that would.
I'm sure you could get some of those guys to more than do that. Yeah, that would be fun. It would take a long time.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Want to do that, but that would be fun. I mean, those cars, because most of them they have them laid out, before they go out to auction, so they're kind of out under a tent or outside or whatever.
They had like a garage part where it's pretty much just a parking garage. So they had a parking garage part, and then they had some other pretty nice classic stuff outside, and then of course all the indoor kind of main stuff. The super big time high dollar stuff.
Yeah,
was indoors, but I mean, they had some really nice stuff outside, which is where you could shine with that large format. Those classic cars with the classic camera, nobody's doing that. There's nobody there with it. You know what I'm saying? So that would be.
Yeah, I could probably get more access than I deserve.
You're going to get a whole lot of attention, I promise.
Get a level of access way above my ability. I'm sure.
Because you can that place just oozing money. I mean,
yeah.
Scottsdale, and I mean that place is just oozing cash. But
that'd be fun. We haven't been we haven't been in Arizona for like eight or 10 years. So it'd be fun to go back out there and spend a week out there.
Yeah, I think our dear friend Ruben's out here. I'm going to try to reach out to him and see if we can't have.
Yeah, he was saying something about his
family
out there or whatever when he was out visiting. So, yeah,
he's got his parents out here. I believe his parents. Yeah,
I think they spend the winters out there or something. So,
snowbird.
Yeah, that'd definitely be fun to hook up with him. He's looks like a good guy. I'm hoping to meet up with. I'd like to meet up with him and Bum when I get back to Pittsburgh. I think that would be.
Maybe. Yeah. Hopefully I can hook up with Bum. I'm hoping. I'm really crossing my. I haven't looked into it. This weekend's when I plan on looking into that. But yeah, I'm hoping. I have to see my priority. There's three things, and the number one thing is my granddaughter. My granddaughter's she'll be showing up here the end of this month. So.
Oh wow! You could have a New Year's baby.
Possibly. We'll see what happens. It could be a Christmas baby. It could be a New Year's baby. Either way, I think I'm saving money, right? Because if she's born around Christmas, then I'm like, hey, you get a one for, right? Like, it's all included. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, that'll be fun, though. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You know what I'm saying? The whole
everything
thing.
All once. You just get one gift, covers everything.
Covers everything, man. Yeah.
You won't get away with that, though. I had a friend growing up whose birthday was like December 23rd.
Oh.
And his parents tried to like combine everything together, and that only worked for about a year, because once he got older, he's like, no, I want birthday and Christmas. So it worked for a couple of years until he got old enough to figure it out. Yeah. Technically, he should be getting two.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute here. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah, getting ripped off. Yeah. Hey, but
two GI Joes. I just don't want one. I want two GI Joes.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll see that. I'll probably get sucked into that too. We'll see. That's. I have an interesting question that came up though, and it's pretty private. It might really. I don't know if you want to reveal it or not, but I'll reveal it on my end now.
Okay. All right.
I'm in the middle of a construction zone here. They're building a new freeway, so it's always dusty right now, and so my vehicle gets dirty. Pretty dirty, pretty quick. So I take it to get washed, and it ends up pretty dirty and dusty pretty quick because there's a lot of dust and whatever in the area, right? And so I was putting some gas, saying I got my pickups all dirty, I'm saying? It's full of a full layer of dust, right? And I'm like, I don't really don't want to get it washed. You know what I'm saying? I'm pumping gas, and I'm like, I gotta clean the windshield. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I squeegee the windshield. You know, they got the nice squeegees at the QT and everything. And I get that all done. And I look inside, you know, I get inside to pick up, you know, and I'm like, it looks like it's washed to me now. The windshield's clean,
Yeah.
right? Well, why wash it?
That's right. You can see through the windshield. That's good. Well, you get a pass anyway. It's a truck.
Yeah.
So I mean, you do get it. You do get a couple of you get a break there, because people, if a truck is dirty, you get a pass a little bit.
Yeah, at least it's a truck, right?
And you've got an older truck, so it's not like all tricked out and everything. I mean, you just got a nice basic work truck. So yeah, you probably don't never have to wash that thing again.
You're just done. I can just go to QT, grab the squeegee,
keep the windows clean,
the windshield. We're good, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I was wondering what the
next time you wash it, you know, it's next monsoon season, August. Yeah. You know, I'll get a little bit of a bath in August. And
I was wondering what the code was on that, you know, because I'm like, you know, I mean, the part that I see is clean. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just don't look on the hood.
Yeah, I mean, just close your eyes, get in, and then open your eyes and say, "It looks all clean."
I was like, does anybody? I know other people go through this, because I've seen people taking the squeegee and washing the whole car with it.
Oh yeah. You know, I don't know. For here in Atlanta, I'm really, well, we don't get snow, so they don't put all that salt and crap on the roads, and we don't get a lot of wind here generally, so stuff doesn't blow around. So cars stay pretty clean here, a lot cleaner longer than they did anywhere else we've lived. But I still do wash the car every 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not one of those people that gets my car washed all the time. I mean, if I go through mud or something like that, I'll wash it. But generally, I can wash it. I give it a full top to bottom wash, you know, once a month max. Once a month max.
And do you wash it yourself, or do you take it?
No, I wash it myself. Yeah.
Oh, do you really? Okay. So are you
wash it?
How geek do you get, man? How geek do you get? Do you foam it, and then do you have a 2-bucket system, 3-bucket system, or is it a 1-bucket system?
I have a 2-bucket system, and I use Optimum no rinse. So it's so 1 bucket has like a couple gallons of warm water, and I put 2 capfuls of this stuff in it, and then another bucket is the rinse water. And I don't use a hose. I just take my wash mitt, soak it, and I just go one, you know, top to bottom, and I can wash it in the garage, and you know, I don't have to rinse off the car. You just wash it and then dry it. That's it. So very easy, and it works. I mean, I've been using this since we lived in Chicago, so I was able to do it in the garage even with all the salt and crap. The whatever the formulation is, if you keep your wash mitt clean, you know, you rinse it off.
Right.
It just sucks up all the dirt, doesn't scratch the paint, and I don't have to worry about getting outside with the hose and doing all that. So I can literally wash the car in like 15 minutes.
Now, in your bucket, are you putting a deal in there so that? Yeah,
I've got a grit guard on the bottom, and but that's it. I'll wash the car like maybe once a month max, and then a couple of times a year I'll go through and put on a sealant, and then a wax of some kind, you know.
Okay.
But that's about it. And then I vacuum the inside of the car whenever it gets dirty, and I wash the windows every day so it stays clean. So I never really think about how to.
Yeah, now I've been watching some cats on YouTube, man. They get wow. You know what I'm saying? Like they wash the car a particular way. You know what I'm saying? Some people, some of them use a 2-bucket system, some a 3-bucket system. So they wash the car first like that, super gently. You know, they have these power foamers, you know what I'm saying? And they foam the car all down because God forbid they touch the car. And then after they do all that, then they decontaminate the car, because why in the hell wouldn't you decontaminate your car? Yeah. You know, it's contaminated. It's got cooties on it, and so they spray
that Iron X stuff on it. Have you watched the videos where guys do that? Yeah.
I promise you, I don't see any dirt on there. They spray that junk on there, and you can watch stuff fall off of it. It's insane.
Yeah, the stuff turns orange or purple or whatever color to let you know that there's disease on the car, and then you have to wash that off, and then you have to wash the car again.
Yeah, you can watch the cooties fall right off the car. You know, and then they clay the car because, of course, you have to clay the car, and then there's a few other processes that go into this thing, and a week later,
they're done.
You have to.
It's time to do it all over again. So that's their job, basically. They just live in their garage cleaning their car. And the guys that buff the car too, they buff it. You know, they do a 2-stage polish and buff and.
If they have to buff a car, it better be. Some of these cats actually have bubbles that they put the car in.
I just think of John Travolta when I say that. The Boy in the Bubble. Remember that movie from the 70s?
There is that, but I think of Seinfeld, the Bubble Boy.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's true. Yep.
But yeah, literally they buy these bubbles and they're vacuumed, right? So there's always a vacuum seal going in there or blows it up or something, and it literally keeps it dust free. Yeah, it's insane.
So what kind of cars are these guys? They're not doing it to like 1999 Honda Civics, are they? Or are they actually doing like expensive cars?
Some are. Like, you know, you'd be surprised how a particular car that you think of as super common, there's a particular car in there that was rare. And you know what I'm saying? So some of these cars aren't as crazy as you would think. But a lot of them are, you know, GT2s and GT3s and you know,
that kind of stuff. That's why I said the Honda Civic, because there's a hardcore group of people that will buy a $5,000 car used, and it'll put $50,000 in it.
You're right.
You know, fixing it up and maintaining it and putting a stereo and everything in it. Yeah.
Because some of these are your Mazda Miatas and stuff like that. I mean, some of these are just basic affordable cars, but these guys are ape crap nuts over them. They're you know, Mustangs and Camaros and pretty nice darn Camaros and Mustangs, but still you know, some of them
Ferraris and Lamborghinis or anything.
Yeah, no, it's not like a lot of them are Camaros and Mustangs, quite frankly. You know, this other cat I watch, he happens to have a bunch of Porsches and stuff, but and some Lambos and all that sort of thing. But
it's amazing. Well, that just shows that no matter what you're interested in, you can geek out on anything.
Anything.
It doesn't matter. Beer, music, quilting, car washing.
You named quilting. My mom's huge into quilting.
That's why I said quilting. Yeah. We had a neighbor when we lived in Chicago. She was a quilting geek. I mean, she belonged to the quilting. Was it the Quilting Guild? I mean, you know, it's like they have a secret handshake and all that stuff. Yeah. And they would do shows and all kinds of stuff. And that's all she did when she wasn't working. She was an accountant, but when she wasn't doing accountant stuff, she was quilting. I mean, that was her entire life. Outside of her, 9-to-5 job was quilting.
Well, do you remember I had my mom's quilt hanging on the wall here for a while. One of her quilts, at least.
Oh yeah, it's any hobby or anything that anybody's interested in. You can just go from like a basic level to way over the top, super extreme, everything. Right. Yeah.
Like photography.
Yeah, photography, same thing. Yeah,
photography's our thing, and I work with it seems like every dude in that place owns guns. I swear to God, it's all they talk about is guns.
At work?
Yeah, at work. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, guns are another thing.
God,
you can get into guns.
Some of these guys have 2 and 3 gun safes full of weapons, and then on top of that, they have weapons at another place that they keep them stored somewhere or something. I'm like, really? You know what I'm saying?
You can only use one at a time.
And all of these guys make fun of me for buying this.
Yeah. I said, you paid that much for an iPhone X?
And I'm like, you idiot. Are you kidding me? You guys have got, you have to, you have a second on your house. You have so many weapons. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That you fired once, if that. Like you bought it, literally cleaned it up and put it in the safe, and that's it, son. You bring it out and you show it to guys, or you show pictures of it, and that's it.
Yeah. You know? Oh yeah. No, it's
I use this 500 times a day. Like, what could be a better value? Actually, when you think about it that way, used to money paid. This is still a bargain.
Yeah. That's kind of the way I look at it. I mean, there's some things I definitely geek out. I mean, I geek out about barbecue. I geek out about beer. I geek out about photography. I geek out about music and stereos and that type of stuff. But all of that stuff I can do every day. There's other things that I'm interested in, but I don't geek out about, like washing a car. I mean, I do pay attention when I wash a car, but I don't go over the top because it's like, okay, I only do that a few times, 5 or 6 times a year. And when I do it, I want to do it right, but I'm not willing to build a bubble around my car to do it. But other guys that build the bubble around the car, that's all they want to do. They put all their effort and all their energy to that, and they could care less about anything else. Why would you spend $1,000 on a camera? Or
what the hell are you thinking?
Yeah.
Why would you spend $2,500?
What's that going to do for you during the zombie apocalypse? Yeah, you're going to be coming to my house when the zombie apocalypse and asking me for one of these guns. Yeah.
Yeah. In the meantime, you'll be asking me for some cool shots of your bubble boy car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. Photography can, whatever you're into, we can photograph it and make it look better.
Exactly. Whatever you're into, you're going to ask me for all my thousands of dollars worth of gear over here. You know what I'm saying? And I can photograph it for you.
Make it look good. Yeah.
Yeah, including your wife.
Don't worry, we can touch it up in Lightroom. It'll look fine.
Don't like the way your wife looks? Call me. I'll fix it. I can Photoshop.
Blemish removal tool. We can fix it. Skin softening.
I've got a soft box that'll fix it.
Fix anything.
In any case, man, we're out of here.
Don't get divorced. It's expensive. We'll just take a picture and make it look good.
We'll just take a picture and make it look good, man. Marry the picture. Just focus on the picture. You know what I'm saying? We'll blow it up real big, put it over the bed. You're good. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right.
Oh, that's hilarious. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Anybody that's still left.
God bless you.
God bless you, man. You know what I'm saying? America. God bless you. But thanks to everybody that tuned in. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Hey, CJ, mind your mama, mind your grandma.
Right.
And we're here every Friday, noon Eastern, and Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Right here on YouTube. You can tune in here. As I said before, go to my channel. You can set reminders for all the shows that I have set up there, so that you can tune in anytime a show it comes live, or you can I think you can set a general alert for any time I go live, even randomly. You can set
alert for any time a particular channel you subscribe, or a particular YouTube thing you subscribe to goes live. So
okay,
yeah.
So that's good. So you can do that as well, and so look forward to seeing you here again, man.
Yep. Take care, Joe.
Mark.
All right.
Peace out.
Bye.